There is an outpouring. Watch. There's an outpouring of support from fellow players on social media for the football star, even as he faces felony charges. This guy is a thief, and there's an outpouring of support from his teammates. There's an outpouring of support. How old is this person? Is he a child? He's 18 years old, a four-star football recruit, verbally committed to Penn State University in July, and all those close to him say he was expected to receive a full scholarship. You are on the verge of receiving a full scholarship, and you go to a Wawa and rob the place. Is this poverty? No. You have a scholarship. You are committed to Penn State. You have a free ride, full scholarship.
A local high school football star has been arrested. Hashim Young, a star player at Imhotep Charter who already committed to Penn State, allegedly robbed a Wawa back in July. And now he's back behind bars facing several charges. Saturday night, I'm Walter Perez. The big story in Action News is the case again.
So you hear that? So he was armed with a black revolver and robbed the Wawa of more than $13,000. The two COVID defendants listed in Ashim Young's case, Rafik Johnson, Gateway Driver Kwasi Wingate, and the assistant manager of the Wawa. Police now believe that this was an inside job. So, yes, Colin talked about this. Black people get jobs. Remember what they said. They said they don't give us jobs. Do you guys remember that? They said the Asians refuse to hire black employees, and immediately we have an assistant manager of a Wawa conspiring and collaborating to steal $13,000 with a four-star high school, college, full scholarship prospect. This is black people. That is what black people are. Watch this. The Imhotep Charter School senior, a running back and defensive back, missed the school playoff game, right? His coach responded when asked about his star player situation. Star player. This guy is the biggest star in the school. They even made like some kind of music video when he kind of blew up a bit. It's too long and I can't be bothered to look for it. But watch. The streets are calling them sometimes. So even if you are a high school footballer, you are on the verge of a free ride scholarship, you get admitted into Penn State, the streets will still call you. You know what that means? That means this is their nature. This is who they are. It's not the actual street calling you. It is just the natural primordial instinct of a black person to go and steal $13,000 from a Wawa in Philadelphia. This is who black people are, guys. Just understand this. The fact that they don't make the decision to rob you, kill you, rape you sometimes, also the fact that they resist the urge most times, doesn't mean that they are not instinctively thinking about it. That is what this man's coach said. The coach understands this boy more than any other person on the planet. They've got to decide if football is the way they want to go with this. I think a lot of our guys get it. We get it, he says. Guys, this is such a perfect story. A lot of our guys get it. And we rally behind. Like next man up, you all get to play, let's keep going. Black people. Ashim Young remains in bail. His bail is set at 150,000, so they have to pay 15K to get out. This is a four-star football recruit, verbally committed to Penn State. And he goes and steals $13,000. Where is it? He steals $13,000 in collaboration with an assistant manager, another black. And they cry that black people don't get hired. Well, this is why. Crime is the new black entitlement. Look at the coach again. The streets are calling them sometimes, meaning that he is trying to absolve this boy, this man, I apologize. They're trying to absolve this man of personal responsibility for him going to steal $13,000 with his friends. So he said that there's some kind of primal spirit from the streets calling him, oh, go and rob the store. Go and rob the store. Ashim Young, you're black. You have to rob the store instead of committing to your books. You get an addition to Penn State simply because you can play defensive back in football, in gridiron football, instead of actually going to university to read books. You get an admission, full ride scholarship, while other people have to actually work hard. You just get to play the sport you love. They've got to decide if football is the way they want to go with this. And I think a lot of our guys get it. We get it. The coach gets it. The coach understands that as a young black person, the streets will call you to do crime. Crime is the new black entitlement. This is what black people do. This is their preferred behavior. This is their preferred lifestyle. They prefer to steal things. They prefer to rob you. It's a preference. That's why they don't even know, allegedly, that before you put a drink in your bag, you first have to pay for it as a customer. A black person, the average black person doesn't understand this. And then 30 years later, you have somebody saying that she had $2 to pay for it. You don't put things in your bag until you pay. You don't steal $13,000 from your employer. So, let's see the next story. I think we'll just do one last one. The blacks are so exhausted, aren't they? Oh, so this is a similar situation, is it not? Similar situation. Black woman trashing the entire place. Now, this is not a YN. This is not a teen. This is a fat black woman, which you've seen these types of videos many times. What is, I asked this question earlier. What is the value of doing this? Does this woman have a father? We don't care about your parental situation. We do not care. This person is probably a mother herself, and she doesn't have the mental capacity to conduct herself like an adult. Not just an adult, a reasonable, adjusted, civilized adult. She is behaving like a child. And just to let's run it through. Let's run it through before we break it down fully. She says, drag me the fuck out. That's what she says. So if she gets shot in such a circumstance where she actually reaches her hand to the cop's face, let's see, right here. See that? She could have clawed out his eyes with that. See that? It's like dealing with a wild animal, honestly. And I truly don't see the difference. This white man has such patience. I would have shot this person by now. I would have. Because I feel my life is in danger. She's a very big, fat, wild animal. So it's like a bear is attacking me. And I will fucking drain you. Because I have to go home to my family. You fucking don't. Look! This one is like 300 pounds. And in the middle of it, she makes sure to destroy. Look, fat loss. What's it? How ironic. She destroys the fat loss stand. Look. Ever fat loss. And then she's fat as fuck.
You're not supposed to be recording.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it, like a Walmart? No, just one black person. Look at all these people surrounding. Look at all kinds of people, whites. Everybody else is watching. This is always a black person, and it's always a white officer trying to contain the wild animal. Does this not go worldwide? Does the whole world not see this? How many views? It's actually quite few. 31,000 views. I'm sure it's got some more views elsewhere. But the whole world is seeing this. Does this not feed into certain patterns that people will lock up and react to when it comes up? So yeah, it is a Walmart. Look, these are gray hairs. This is a gray hair. So you think that, oh, it's because they're young, the black young niggas, they don't know what to do. They don't have any guidance from, black military, or sorry, black space astronauts. They don't have the guidance of fathers or football coaches in the hood. This is a grown woman with gray hair, trashing for no fucking reason. What does this have to do with anything? Absolutely nothing. What is he doing? Let's watch this. This may be too violent for YouTube.
This Savannah flight bound for Miami hit turbulence just moments after takeoff, and we're not talking about the skies.
Myself and my friend were talking, we're like, we could have to take this guy down.
Started violently shaking and screaming moments after takeoff. Rosenberg says the crew and passengers initially thought Augustin was having a seizure.
He started stomping his feet violently, like heavily, and screaming. It was kind of a chant. He was talking about devils and possession, and it was like, you have to kind of see it to believe it. Destroyed this other man's seat. Like, he kicked it and punched it and just buckled the seat completely.
You see that? Black violence on the airport. He kicked and destroyed the other person's seat. So what is this? You cannot even fly with a black person. You can't. You can't even get in an aeroplane with a black person. This is what we're dealing with, guys.
Over. He just charged the front doors of the plane, like swinging wildly.
That's when Rosenberg, his friend, and another man took Augustin down. Rosenberg says Augustin swallowed rosary beads while on the ground and was gripping onto his sister during the takedown.
She had a bun in her hair, and he grabbed hold of her bun in her hair, and he grabbed hold of her pants and wouldn't let her go. So they tased him once, twice, 3 times. He still didn't let go. At that point, they had to cut the woman's hair.
What? This is just a random woman sitting down on a plane. She has not antagonized him. She has not racially profiled him, right? And because you are sitting next to a black person, you have to cut your hair because the black person has gripped a hold of it and will not let go, even after being tased 4 times. This is not a human being. This is a wild animal. Like, let's stop this. Let's stop pretending. These are wild animals, guys, in human skin.
To make him let go.
Rosenberg says Augustin was arrested while his sister sang what sounded like hymns.
They were possessed. That was a very, very, very disturbing scene. I've seen a lot of stuff in my life. That was probably the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
See, black person, who's surprised? No one. Now they're blaming the devil. They're blaming demon possession. Please, guys, please. Is she possessed? Are these guys possessed? So, is this woman possessed? So pick up a bowling ball and throw it at another person's head. Do you have to be possessed to do that? Or do you just have to be black? So, understand this. Crime is the new black entitlement. This is the preferred criminal lifestyle of black people. This is who they are. The streets call them to do this. It is a calling for black people to behave like wild animals in a bowling alley, in a store, and in the Walmart, and on the plane. So next week, we'll go over this. We simply can't do too much more today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share. Understand once again that just being around blacks, never relax. Crime is the new black entitlement. I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye.